Applying for a UK visa in 2025 and 2026? Stop. Before you hit that submit button, let's talk about the most common reasons UK visa applications are being rejected this year. These are real issues that are costing thousands of people their chance to study, work, or travel in the UK. In this video, I'll break down the top rejection reasons, share real-life examples, and show you how to avoid these costly mistakes, so your visa doesn't end up in the reject pile. Let's get into it. 1. Incomplete or inconsistent information. Let's kick things off with the number one mistake that's getting thousands of UK visa applications rejected in 2025 and 2026, and that's incomplete or inconsistent information. Now, you might be thinking, I filled out everything. I should be fine. But here's the truth. Filling it out is not enough. Everything must match. And I mean everything. Your visa form, your interview answers, your financial documents, your return flight booking, even your accommodation proof. Real example. Let's say someone says in their application, I'll be staying in the UK for about 2 weeks, but their return ticket is booked for 25 days later. That small mismatch? It's a red flag to the visa officer. They start thinking, are they hiding something? Are they planning to overstay? And boom, visa denied. Why this happens? A lot of people fill in rough estimates or forget to update their return ticket dates, or they give vague answers during the interview like, maybe 2 weeks, or I think around July. But UKVI doesn't like guesswork. They want facts. How to avoid it? Match your visa form with your documents, word for word, date for date. If you say you're staying from July 1st to July 15th, your flight ticket, hotel booking, and leave letter should all reflect those exact dates. During your interview, speak clearly and with certainty. Don't say about or maybe. Say, I'll be in the UK from July 1st to July 15th. I have a return ticket for July 15th and my job expects me back on July 17th. Make sure the information is very consistent, okay? Next is weak financial evidence. Now let's talk about the second major reason why UK visa applications are getting rejected in 2025, and this one is crucial: weak or unclear financial proof. Listen, whether you're going as a student, tourist, or visiting family, the UK government wants to make sure you can fully support yourself without needing public assistance or struggling while you're there. Real example. A student submitted a bank statement showing £9,000, thinking it would be enough. But guess what? Their tuition and living cost requirement was £13,000. The visa officer took one look and thought, this person can't afford the trip. Result? Visa refused. What UKVI is really checking for is the money enough to cover tuition, accommodation, and living costs. Is it your money or your sponsors? Has it been in the account consistently for at least 28 days? Are you being honest about your financial situation? Here's what you must do to avoid this. 1. Show recent bank statements. Always use bank statements that are less than 31 days old, and make sure they show the money has stayed in your account for at least 28 consecutive days. 2. Meet the financial threshold. If you're a student, check the current UKVI financial requirements. For example, tuition, £10,000, living costs in London, £1,234, month multiply by 9, or £12,006. You'd need at least £22,006 in total, and that should clearly show in your bank statement. 3. Sponsored by someone else? Do it right. Don't just say, my uncle is paying. Include a formal sponsorship letter, their bank statements, proof of your relationship, e.g. birth certificate, family tree explanation, etc. And sometimes even their passport copy at a cover letter. Explaining your financial setup. I have £10,000 in personal savings, and my father is sponsoring the remaining tuition through his account. Attached are my bank statements and his documents, including a formal sponsorship letter. This shows you're organized and proactive, and makes the officer's job easier. Remember, Financial proof is not optional. It's one of the first things they check. If your documents are weak, unclear, or don't add up, you're giving them a reason to say no. Be detailed. Be honest. Be prepared. Section 3. Weak ties to home country. If UKVI isn't convinced you'll leave the UK when your visa expires, they'll refuse, no matter how perfect the rest of your file looks. Why this kills applications. UKVI officers are trained to ask a single brutal question. Does this person have enough reasons to return home? If the answer is even slightly maybe not, expect a refusal letter. Real-life example. A young professional applied for a 6-month tourist visa. She listed returning to work as her tie to home, but never included an employer letter. She owned no property, was single, and hadn't shown any long-term commitments. Officers thought, nothing stops her from overstaying. Outcome? Visa refused. Reason code 320. Doubts about intention to leave the UK. How to prove strong ties. Tie type evidence. UKVI loves to see employment. Signed letter confirming position, salary, leave dates, return to work date, pay slips, tax returns, property, title deed, mortgage statement, lease, vehicle documents, family marriage certificate, children's birth certificates, elderly care proof, academic enrollment letter, semester dates, exam schedule, tuition receipts, business owner business registration, contracts, tax filings. Professional tip. Present these in a tidy home ties section of your file so the officer can flip straight to it and tick the mental box. Will return? Yes. Use cover letter power move. I have been employed with ABC Ltd for 5 years and have approved annual leave from 01 AUG, 15 AUG 2025. My spouse and 2 children, as well as my elderly mother for whom I am primary carer, reside permanently with me in Lagos. I own the family home. See Title Deed, Annex C. I am required to resume duties on 18 AUG 2025. That single paragraph pulls together employment plus family plus property, a trifecta UKVI can't ignore. Remember, a UK visa is a trust contract. Show them, don't just tell them, why you'll come back, and you'll sail through this hurdle. Section 4. Unclear travel purpose. One of the fastest ways to get rejected, not clearly explaining why you're going to the UK. If your purpose is vague, confusing, or doesn't match your supporting documents, the visa officer is left guessing. And guess what? They'll usually say, no. Let's see a scenario. A woman applied for a visitor visa and simply wrote holiday trip under her travel purpose. She attached a hotel booking and a return ticket, but had no itinerary, no places she planned to visit, didn't even mention the duration of her stay during the interview. The officers thought, no clear plan, possibly using this trip as a cover to stay longer or work illegally. Visa denied for lack of credible travel purpose. What UKVI is really asking, why are you going to the UK? What will you be doing each day? Where will you stay and how long? How does this trip fit into your life or job back home? They're checking that your trip makes sense, that you've planned it properly, that your explanation matches your paperwork. How to avoid this mistake. 1. Be specific, not generic. Instead of writing holiday, say, I plan to visit London for 10 days to explore historical landmarks like Buckingham Palace, the British Museum, and attend a weekend theater show at West End. I've attached my travel itinerary. 2. Include a simple travel plan, like dates of arrival and departure cities you'll visit where you'll stay, include hotel names or addresses, what you'll do, sightseeing, events, family visits. Even a short 1-page plan shows you're serious, not just showing up on a whim. 3. If visiting family, explain the relationship. I'm visiting my cousin who lives in Birmingham. I've attached her invitation letter, utility bill, and passport copy. I'll stay at her home from July 5th 10, then spend the rest of my trip in London. Bonus tip. Add purpose to your cover letter. I am taking a 12-day holiday from my job to visit key historical and cultural sites in London, including the British Museum, Camden Market, and Tower Bridge. I have confirmed reservations at the Z Hotel in Shoreditch and return tickets booked for July 17th. This trip is part of my annual leave plan, and I will resume work on July 20th. That's what credible planning looks like. If you can't clearly explain why you're visiting the UK, the visa officer has no reason to believe your story. So be clear, be detailed, and give them every reason to trust your travel plans. Section 5. Document issues or fake documentation. Let's talk about one of the easiest mistakes to avoid, but one of the most common reasons for UK visa refusals in 2025: incorrect, missing, or poorly presented documents. And let me be honest, this one hurts the most, because people get rejected not because they're ineligible, but because their paperwork wasn't in order. Example 1. A man applied for a UK student visa. He uploaded all his documents online, but his bank statement was blurry. His CAS letter was missing a signature. The system accepted it, but the officer couldn't verify the details. Result? Visa refused for incomplete documentation. Example 2. Another person submitted an expired TB certificate. They didn't know it was only valid for 6 months. That one mistake? Visa denied. Common document mistakes people make: submitting blurry or scanned-in low-resolution PDFs, uploading incomplete documents, e.g. only 1 page of a 3-page bank statement, using expired TB test certificates, passports, or financial proofs, missing key letters like Key S, sponsorship letters, or invitation letters, not translating non-English documents, birth certificates, bank statements, etc. How to avoid these document mistakes? 1. Use a document checklist. Always follow the official UKVI checklist for your visa type. Make sure you have passport, valid for at least 6 months, recent bank statements, covering 28 days, TB test certificate, if required, KS letter, for students, proof of accommodation, return flight booking, cover letter, optional but very helpful. 2. Upload in the right format. PDF is best. Make sure it's clear, complete, and readable. Name your files logically, e.g. bank statement, June 2025 PDF, not image, 123 PDF. 3. Check expiry dates, your TB certificate, passport, visa photos. All must be valid at the time of submission. 4. Certified translations. If any document is not in English or Welsh, it must be officially translated with translator's name, contact details, date of translation, signature statement of accuracy. Organize your docs like a professional. Arrange them in the order they're listed in the checklist. Use a folder, physical or digital, and label each section clearly. Think of your application like a presentation. If your documents are messy or missing, it tells the officer you're careless, even if you're not. Your visa application is only as strong as your documents, so double-check, triple-check, and treat your paperwork like gold, because to UKVI, it really is. Section 6. Suspicious travel history. Another major reason UK visa applications are being rejected in 2025: suspicious or unexplained travel history. Let me be clear, having no travel history isn't the problem. But when your travel history raises questions or suggests red flags, visa officers take a step back and think, is this person genuinely traveling, or are they using tourism as a cover to enter and stay illegally? Listen to this real-life example. A young man applied for a UK visit visa, claiming he wanted to see Big Ben and Buckingham Palace. But he had no previous travel experience, no return ticket, weak ties to home, and his bank account suddenly received a large deposit just before applying. The officers thought, this looks suspicious. Maybe he's using the visit visa as a backdoor to migrate. Visa refused under suspicion of false intentions. What makes travel history suspicious? R. Sudden, unexplained large bank deposits. No travel record, but applying for a long stay in the UK prior visa refusals from countries like the US, Canada, or Schengen area, claiming to be a tourist, but no proof of sightseeing, plans, or bookings. Past overstays in other countries, fake or inconsistent stamps on your passport. How to overcome or explain it. 1. Be transparent in your cover letter. This is my first international trip and I'm genuinely excited to explore London for 7 days. I've attached a detailed itinerary, my confirmed hotel booking, and return flight ticket. I'm currently employed and will resume work immediately after my trip. 2. Provide evidence of return plans. Employer leave approval letter with return date. Family commitments at home, childcare, parent care, etc. Business responsibilities. Return ticket booking. 3. Address, past refusals, if any. Honestly, I was refused a Schengen visa in 2022 due to incomplete financial documents. I've since corrected that and included all required proofs in this application. Honesty, plus corrected mistakes, psych maturity and credibility. 4. Keep your story straight. If your purpose is tourism, your bank account, bookings, and interview answers must reflect tourism, not immigration goals. Extra tip: build your travel history gradually. Start with easier destinations like Dubai, Egypt, Kenya, South Africa, Turkey. These are great starter countries that build credibility and show immigration compliance. Having no travel record is okay, but having a suspicious one without explanation is risky. So if anything in your history could raise questions, get ahead of it. Explain it clearly, honestly, and with supporting documents. Section 7. New 2025 Policy and Profile Checks. Let's talk about the latest 2025 UK immigration policy changes, because this year, things just got a lot tougher. In May 2025, the UK government released a new white paper introducing major visa and immigration reforms. Here's what's new and what you must know before applying. Key 2025 rule changes. 1. Longer path to settlement. The route to permanent residency, ILR, has increased from 5 years to 10 years for many visa categories, especially skilled workers and family-based routes. So don't expect to settle quickly. Long-term intent and commitment are now closely examined. 2. Higher English language requirements. Especially for student and work visas, the required IELTS/CELT scores have been raised. If you're submitting old test scores, double-check they still qualify under the new thresholds. 3. Stricter nationality profiling and security checks. Applicants from countries with a high asylum switch rate or immigration abuse history are being profiled more intensely. This means longer decision times, additional document requests, more interview-based scrutiny. Flagged countries include Nigeria, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sudan, Eritrea, and others. UKVI will want clear evidence of intent to return transparent financial records. No gaps or inconsistencies in your personal history. 4. Increased fraud detection systems. UKVI now uses enhanced AI-based screening tools to scan documents and profiles for signs of fraud or inconsistency across all visa types. Bottom line, the system is smarter and tougher, so your application needs to be flawless. Final tip: if your case could be flagged, go the extra mile. Include a cover letter, provide supporting letters, and most importantly, don't hide anything. Final recap. Let's quickly recap what we've learned today. These are the steps that will boost your chances of a successful UK visa in 2025 and beyond. Get your documents spot on, clear, complete, and consistent. Prove your financial strength. Real savings or solid sponsorship. Show genuine travel or study intent. No vague answers. Use the correct visa type. Don't try to use a tourist visa to migrate. If applying as a partner or spouse, prove a real relationship, not just photos, but call logs, shared bills, history together. Never submit false documents. One lie can lead to a 10-year ban. Understand the 2025 policy updates. Longer settlement routes, tougher interviews, and stricter screening. If you follow these tips, you're not just applying, you're applying smart. And that's how you win in 2025 and beyond. Got any question about your visa situation? Drop it in the comments. I'm here to help. Like this video, subscribe for updates, and hit the bell so you never miss a visa tip that could save your application. And share this with someone applying soon. They'll thank you later. See you in the next video.